50. 100.
What is this? What are you doing?
I'm copying you.
Oh.
Working with Ngu for such a long time, I have taught myself to always get physical before filming.
So you learned that from me?
Of course. What about you? Do you learn anything from me?
Yeah, I did. I learned to smile more and be more energetic on the show.
But you are not smiling.
Oh, I forgot.
I hope you will bring this energy to the studio today.
I will. Vito?
Chương trình Quy lệ nước thắng.
IFO Show Season 11 is partnered with British University Vietnam. IFO fan, let's welcome our host, the big brother of the group. Please welcome Bino. The smallest but most energetic of the group. Welcome, Chong. The prettiest of them all. Say hello to Trang Nhung. Lastly, the most handsome, Kim Slay.
You guys kind of have matching outfits.
Yeah, outfit is
So do you?
Yeah.
I think we obviously have
We
matching
deliberately
outfits.
picked these two shirts last night.
You look like you have just joined Blackpink concert.
Yeah,
Especially your hair.
I did. I'm actually the 5th member of Blackpink.
She actually went to the concert, right? Did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I did.
okay.
Did you guys
No,
go
we
to
did
the
not.
concert?
Yeah, I did. I saw you. I said hi, but she didn't.
Oh, she ignored you.
What?
I was yelling like, no, and then she was like,
I swear you didn't know.
She was busy performing.
yeah, this is performing.
Yeah,
You're the
busy
5th member.
performing,
Yeah.
so sorry. All right, so without further ado, let's welcome to
IELTS Face-Off
Studio. So I think it's been a while since episode 1. How do you guys do?
I'm doing great.
I'm okay.
Sleep deprived.
Okay. I'm really wondering, how do the audience do? How you guys feel? I believe we are all curious to see who our guest is in How Do You Do section today.
That's a familiar face. He was here last week. Please welcome Ngu To Duy.
Hey Zui, it's been a while. How do you do?
I'm doing great actually. So as I can see in the studio right now, we have Hano on my left and then Saigon on my right? It's hot over here and it's cold over there. I'm like in the middle.
So last week we talked about the beauty of the English language and how you started a Korean book translation. But as I can see, translating is just one of the stones on your crowns. So are you ready to talk about your IELTS learning journey?
Right, so aside from being a translator and a founder of many publishing projects, I myself have also gotten a quite high score in the IELTS exam, and I'm also a coach for debate, and I'm very excited to share my stories with our audience in the studio today.
I can see that you have achieved like 9.0 band in the 3 skills. What is like the most difficult skills in your opinion?
To me, I think the speaking part is probably the hardest, even though I'm a debate coach and I've been speaking at a lot of events throughout my whole studying career. I believe that to actually achieve the 9.0 IELTS band on the IELTS speaking test, it's not only about being a good speaker, it's not only about being a good native sounding like person, it's about the content that you're actually talking about.
Was that the first time you took the IELTS test?
Not exactly. So I've taken the IELTS exam when I was in 9th grade, I believe, and I got an 8.0. And I didn't really think about the IELTS exam throughout the next years. But then I realized that it's been some time and my IELTS diploma has expired, and I decided I would go and test myself again. And to my surprise, when I got this 8.5 IELTS with the 3,999, I didn't really revise anything for it. I woke up in the morning and I said, let's try and see what kind of score am I at right now. And then I got a 9.0 in speaking, and I was like, all right. Surprised myself.
But I believe it has been a whole process, right?
Exactly.
It's not like you wake up in the morning and then you got 3,999.
It's in the form of a joke, yes, but throughout the years, I haven't specifically invested in studying for the IELTS exam, but I've been teaching and coaching for IELTS and debate also. And during that journey, I've also done a lot of work relating to translation, publishing books, and I've worked with a high vocabulary topics and worked with words a lot. So my natural skill basically improved naturally.
You mentioned that you took the IELTS exam like the first time when you was a 9th grader, right?
Yes.
And you got 8.0
Yes.
in your first attempt. So I think both me and also the audience are very curious. When did you, when you started to learn English for the first time, and also what was your first interaction with English like?
So basically, I grew up in a family where, let's say, the pressure on me it's quite a lot. It's quite tremendous because all of my parents, grandparents and uncles, they're all doctors at first, and they're all PhDs in their doctorate, and they won multiple awards in math, mathematics, physics, chemistry, and every subject you can name, and they place a really high pressure on me that I would have to be good at something, and mostly I should be good at math and basically all the science subject because they were good at it, but I myself am terrible at it, so I chose a different path. I chose to prove myself of being worthy by studying English, and I fell in love with the English language from a very early age. The first time that I actually took English seriously was around 7th grade. And I said to myself, if I'm going to be good at something, it's going to be something I love. And back then, I loved talking to people, and I had foreigner friends, which I was their friend, but I didn't really know how to talk to them because we made eggs together for dinner, we chat, we play football. And it's great, except for the fact that I couldn't talk to them. So I said to myself, I should really learn this language in order to be able to connect with other people. And that's when my journey started.
So what is the fact or any kind of learning points that you have during debating that you would recommend all the audiences and us to apply in speaking in general, not only in the IELTS speaking test?
Basically, my biggest tip and real life example, and that I think that everybody would be able to implement and try, is really one keyword, which is practice. So when I say practice, it might sound really cliche, and you might think, oh, practice. No matter how hard I practice, I will still only be as good as I am right now. So the thing about practicing is, for example, if you're playing a guitar chord and you're supposed to play a note, I tried the same chord 5 times, 10 times, 11 times, 100 times, and at the 101st time, it actually sounded great. So it's about trying until you get it right. So most people don't try until they get it right. They try, and then somewhere in the middle, they think, this is not working out. But the fact is that the goal comes at the end of the journey, and you have to go through the entire journey. Just to prove to you guys that this actually works, last night, after I learned how to play guitar and I messed up the chord, I threw my guitar away, and I decided to do a rap instead. So I'm going to perform the song Baby by Justin Bieber soon for a birthday party for my friend. I heard that song the last time was like 5 years ago, and I'm supposed to go through the song, and as I'm going through the song, there's this rap part from Ludacris, which is really, really tough to get because it's really, really fast. At the start, at 11:30 last night, I was trying to sing the chorus, and I tripped every half sentence, and it's really, really hard to hear. And after I practice, it sounds like this. Luda, when I was 13, I had my first love. There was nobody compared to my baby, nobody compared so I kept come above. She had me going crazy. Oh, I was starstruck. She woke me up daily. Don't need no Starbucks. She made my heart pound. It's good beat when I see you on the street, and it's cool on the playground. I literally want to see you on the weekend. So it's just like that. It's just all about practice. Last night, I couldn't sing half a verse. Now I'm on television rapping to you guys. I know it doesn't sound great. I know MCK wouldn't approve that. But hey, I tried. I got it to work. And it took me 4 hours. I didn't sleep. I know I'm going to be on television today. But I didn't sleep. I really want to get the rap done. And I follow it all the way through. So to you guys who are learning speaking out there, just say the same thing for 1,000 times. It'll sound exactly how you want it to sound.
Amazing.
You have mentioned about the critical thinking in IELTS speaking. So could you share us a little bit of tips that you apply the critical thinking in the IELTS speaking test?
All right, thank you for your question. That's actually a good point, because as you're going through the speaking test, right, there will be questions which you don't understand at all. And there will be questions that are really, really hard, because sometimes they will ask you things you've never known before. For example, during my test, the examiner asked me about the historical era which you want to time travel to. Man, I've never been anywhere except 2023. So I was like, am I supposed to talk about a different time zone and a different place that I've never been to? And I use my critical thinking skills as so. So basically, the first step you do is to analyze what the examiner is trying to get from you, because basically all questions, they want an answer. And they don't want nothing but that answer, so don't answer more than what the question is asking you, and don't answer less. So pinpoint exactly what they want to hear, and then try and generate in your head. If you do have a real life experience, that's great, but if you don't have one, which is, well, sometimes the case, try and generate, use your critical thinking skills and find out what the examiner really wants, and then answer exactly how you predict that the listener would want you to say. And that's how I got my 9.0, basically. I talked about the Vikings age. I talked about the Vikings age because I watched a short film of the Vikings age last night when I was trying to stay up on TikTok. It was not intentional, but it helped me get my 9.0. So try and relate the information you know, whichever it is, and turn it into something they want to hear. That's my tip for you. Critical thinking.
So thank you, Duy, so much for becoming our guest for 2 episodes in a row.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we all admire your efforts so much. And with these incredible achievements at such a young age, I'm sure you have secured a pride place in your family's Hall of Fame.
Thank you. I will see it, Mom.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming once again.
Thank you.
And right up next, we have another guest coming for our debate on IELTS Musketeers.
Hi guys, I'm Ngu, and I'm one of the Musketeers for IELTS Face-Off Season 11. I'm 12 years old, and I'm very glad and honored to be the youngest Musketeer for IELTS on the Go Season 11. Thanks to my love for English, I've achieved certain things during my journey of learning. I got a band 7 in the IELTS test with a band 8 in the speaking category when I was 11. Well, of course, I definitely have room for a bit of flex. My journey with IELTS Face-Off may sound unbelievable. Just last season, season 10, I was just an ardent fan sending in videos, and now I'm a part of this show. I can't wait to start this journey, and I'm sure you'd love to join me too. So tomorrow, I'm going to Nghệ An to film an IELTS on the Go video there, and honestly, I'm really excited and a bit nervous right now. I wonder who I'm going to meet tomorrow, what lessons am I going to learn, what stories am I going to bring back. It's going to be a very interesting, a very big trip. Okay, so I guess let's get preparing with me. There are so many things to prepare. Let's get started. So here I have my 2 outfits. The first one, well, it is a pretty sporty one. And this one is a bit more girly, I think so, with a maxi skirt and green shirt. Next, I have my umbrella. You know, I'm not trying to be pessimistic or something, but this is for the best. Like, what if it rains? So next, I have my phone. This one is very necessary. It's for filming vlogs. And, you know, I'm a person with very bad navigating skills, so this is gonna be a very necessary tool when I get lost. You know, young people nowadays, they have a tendency to study IELTS at an early age. So what are your takes on this? And are your students having a tendency to study IELTS at a young age too? Thank you very much.
I'm Ming Ngọc, one of the Musketeers of IELTS Face-Off Season 11. And right now I am at Bacaleo Secondary School in Nghệ An. And what I'm going to bring here is I'm going to have some small interviews with the teachers and students here. And I'm going to also have some really fun time here with entertainment and games. So I hope that I'm going to have a great time. And I brought joy to all of the students here. Now let's go! Okay, so let's dive straight into the topic. Have you approached IELTS and are you studying for it?
Of course, yes.
And how long have you been studying for IELTS?
To be honest, I have studied IELTS for 2 years.
Actually, my mom told me to study, so now I have studied for like 3 months in total.
Not yet, but I think in the future I will study IELTS.
And what about you?
Oh, I have studied for 1 year, and I think that it is difficult but interesting too.
So, do you face any challenges when you study for IELTS?
Yes, of course.
Of course, yes.
For me, when I have the test of reading, there are many vocabulary that I didn't know, so that I have to found that vocab and put it in the dictionary.
It's mostly from my friends and my classmates at the IELTS class. They are very talented and very confident. And when I first studied IELTS, I was very nervous and don't know how to start.
But I think IELTS is interesting, so that it's okay.
And what are the advantages that IELTS bring to you?
Oh, I think that firstly is decrease the unemployment, and people can using English to apply a job, and secondly that they can know a lot of knowledge about the social. For example, the school works.
IELTS make me feel more confident when I stand in front of the crowd.
Yeah, IELTS brings me many advantages. Especially I'm being more confident and I can feel the connection between people. So when I first start studying IELTS, I was nervous that I couldn't tell word, and I being afraid of being judged by other people. But now after 2 months, I feel more confident. I can say pretty clearly, and yeah, I also make new friends too.
And what about you? Why haven't you set a goal to study for IELTS yet?
I think that I don't have enough time to study, so when I come to another high school, I will balance my time to have a test, and then I study IELTS.
Hello teacher. I'm Ming Ngọc from IELTS Face-Off from VTVGo. Do your students have the tendency to participate or get certificates, English certificates?
Yes, the most popular certificates that my students get is TOEFL, and beside that IELTS is another choice. And I think that IELTS is becoming more and more popular choice among students and even for my students.
What is your opinion on this tendency, on this trend? More and more students are wanting to approach the IELTS test, to study for it and to take the IELTS test. So what is your opinion on this?
As far as I know, IELTS is not popular in Vietnam, but also on many countries all over the world. And getting a certificate in IELTS is the key to a bright future, in my opinion. And have an IELTS certificate at a young age, I think it is good, because students can study and learn and improve that English at an easier way when they have access to IELTS when they were young. And for students who follow IELTS, they have a wider knowledge of many fields in life. And in the future, I think, with the global integration, so English is a international means of communication, and IELTS is the way for them to get higher study in the future. They may come overseas to study, all right? So I think it is good.
Yes, thank you so much. So guys, now we're going to play some games for entertainment. We're going to have 2 games. The first one is called The Story of Connections. Let's do with team 1 first. So the sentence of your group is, John had a bad hair day.
So John phoned his best friend Fred and go to the movie.
So they together watched the movie and enjoyed the popcorn. So suddenly, hazard offenders, like crime, went into the cinema. Wow. In the room where John were watching film, and they said, "Put on the money for us, or you will be die."
The moment the person who told John to hand out his pocket, he suddenly see a man dash before his eyes and control the man with the gun in the head. Everyone rushed into them and called the police.
Okay, what's the last sentence?
After a few minutes, the police catch the crimes, but when he talked to the police about his wallet and phone, the criminals say that he ran too fast and forgets everything everywhere.
Okay, that was a very interesting story. Let's move on to your team. So the first sentence of your team will be, Henry had a C on his math test.
So he decided to call his classmates and teachers to answer it clearly.
But the classmates and his teachers didn't answer his questions, and he feel really disappointed.
Okay, what's the next sentence?
After that, he was so depressed and Carrie went back home and tell that grief to her mom. Her mom so disappointed about him.
When he came home, his mom said, "Oh my God, I can't believe it."
Oh my God. Okay, what's the last sentence?
So after everything was happened, Tim has a bad day at school, but also at home with classmates and his teacher at school.
So what is the meaning of the story?
Don't trust your friends and your teacher.
But just know that not all teachers and friends are bad. There are always teachers and friends who are willing to help you when you have problems. So which team do you think had the best story? This team is about the danger of offenders, and this team is about the reliability of friends and teachers. Who votes for this team story? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 15, 16. 16 votes for this team. And who votes for the story of this team? 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. 8 votes. So, the winner of this game is this team. Wow, that was definitely a fun day, an energizing day, and an unforgettable day. I met lots of teachers and students and interesting people here. I gathered lots of stories, and I can't wait to tell all the audiences back at the studio. I also gathered their opinions on whether we should study IELTS early or not. Now, I can't wait to share my stories. Let's get back to the studio. See you at the studio.
Alright guys, welcome back to IFO Studio, and coming up next is my favorite segment of the show, which is Musketeer Zone. And let's see what our Musketeer is going to bring to the show today. And please welcome Đỗ Minh Ngọc.
Hi guys, I'm Minh Ngọc and I'm 12 years old. So today, what I want to bring to this studio today is a very big question. That is, should young learners focus on studying for the IELTS test? So I'm just going to take a seat.
Yeah,
please
take a seat.
I want to hear more about you guys' opinion on this. So I'm going to take the yes side. Personally, for me, as a person who studied for the IELTS test and take the IELTS test at a young age, which is 11, IELTS personally brought me some benefits that goes beyond the advantages that people often talk about. So firstly is that IELTS developed and trained my critical thinking skills and soft skills. It brought me the ability to read, understand, comprehend, grasp and connect and present the information effectively. The questions in the IELTS test also encouraged me to, get to know more, wrap my head around different problems and concepts, ranging from social stuff like, politics, the economy, businesses, to, scientific concepts like molecules, atoms, photosynthesis, which are really complicated. And moreover, the IELTS test, it's really complicated.
Initially, I would say no to this question. But after hearing you talking me around, I would side with you because I don't want to leave the youngest here alone. I'm gonna say.
And also you got the highest IELTS score here. You gotta say yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with her.
Okay.
What about your takes on this?
Just like you, initially my take is no, but after hearing her, I was kind of biased, so I'm confused now. Sorry, I'm a Libra. Okay, still no. For me, it's no. What about
big no.
no? A big
Huge no.
Okay, no, big no.
I'm a Libra, but I will not be indecisive this time. So yeah, no.
Okay, 2 years and three no's. Okay, I think we got a kính lão đắc thọ, right?
Yeah.
No, big no. What do you think about young learners focusing on studying for the IELTS test?
What is IELTS? Doesn't it mean International English Language Test System? Yeah. So it's a testing system. It's just to test how efficient you can use the English language. So I used to hate the IELTS test, right? But then, if I recall correctly, I've talked about this on the show before, since I started living in Australia. And then I realized that when you want to become an Australian citizen, they have a system for you to apply. So if you want to be a citizen, you have to apply. And then they'll have different points. So the higher points you got, the sooner they're going to assess your application, the citizenship application. And one of the criteria is having 7.5 IELTS or above. So if you have 7.5 IELTS or above, you're going to get 5 to 10 points, if I can recall correctly. I think it's 10 points. So I was like, oh wow, so the IELTS does help with migrating to a foreign country as well. But then I also have a 4-year-old and I speak English with her every day at home. And she only responds to me in English. I realized that the reason why too many people fail learning the English language is that they don't use it the way English is supposed to be used. What I mean is, I see all languages in this world as a tool to communicate. Think about these two phrases. So I need food, or I need groceries in my stomach because it's been empty for a while, and I'm hungry. They both mean the same thing. Why do we have to waste time learning all these vocab? You have to say more syllables just to say the same thing. I'm hungry. 3 syllables, right? And that's the mentality, that's the mindset I want my daughter to have, is to use English as a tool to communicate. Also, I want to bring up this point as well. Minh Ngọc talked about how learning the IELTS can help with academic stuff, right? I think you will agree with me on this one. Sometimes when you speak Vietnamese as well, you don't need to understand every single word in order to understand what people mean, right? Sometimes I can say a sentence that has about like 20 words, but you only need to catch one key word and you can understand it. So you say something and people understand, and then people say something you understand. You can use simple words to convey your messages. Like me, I never use big words. Even on this show, I never use like any big words, and I used to work in a bank for 1.5 years, and I survived just fine. So that's why I think young learners should focus more on learning English as a tool to communicate first.
I have to say that I do not really agree with the last step of this sentence for the IELTS test. I think that there are a lot of other kind of competitions and tests for this young age to study and to practice for. For example, like the competition for gifted students, the học sinh giỏi. For example, when you're in grade 7, so there will be the gifted student competition for grade 7, and it is customized for grade 7 only. So yeah, it will be okay with them. But for the IELTS test, I think it's just too big and too complicated for them. I don't know if you guys have seen that video yet, but for the last season in the vertical world, I have mentioned one thing that I really like about is that when I went to a hip-hop dance class, my teacher told me that I have to study for the basic first. Always start with the baby steps. So I think that the students who are very young and they're still in secondary school, for example, they could participate and join in different kinds of competitions rather than IELTS, because IELTS are especially for like students who want to study abroad or get scholarship. And for this age, I think that there are a lot of more kinds of competitions for them to join in, and it's better for them.
For young learners who just started learning English, I would advise against studying for the IELTS. But like there are many exceptional ones, like Ming at 11, she has already had a very good command of English. So now she needs to have a bigger goal to strive towards. Like she needs a scheme in order to rank and to assess like which level her English is right now. And she needs a lot of role model for her to like follow. And that's why she feels the need to study for the IELTS. And also, when studying for the IELTS, you will also gain a lot of knowledge from the reading test, when you have to immerse in a lot of reading passages in a lot of fields in life. The speaking test will also provoke you to study, to learn more about the outer world, which is really needed as you grow up. And also, at some point in life, you will need this IELTS certificate, because nowadays, a lot of jobs, companies, also university, are accepting people based on their IELTS score. Since you're gonna need it anyway in the future, why not start for it like as soon as possible?
What if she wants to go to Russia to study later? They don't need the IELTS.
But she doesn't want to.
Yeah, and I think
so. Sorry.
Her case is really rare. She's so talented. Like not everyone is like could study English and study for the IELTS test at this age. I think so.
Well, as Kim already said, she's exceptional.
Yeah, she's exceptional.
So like I want to make another point, that is when you know more about like different topics, you can engage in different conversations and you can understand people better. And also the IELTS test also helped me with like the subjects in schools, because like you can see that the IELTS questions and tests nowadays mentioned a lot about different subjects, not just English, like geography, history, technology. And so for me, the IELTS test helped me a lot with my favorite subject, literature. Like knowing more about different topics, different concepts will help me write the discourse essay more easily. It's like a breeze, because now I know a lot about different topics, and the goal of the discourse essay is actually to write your opinions on different topics, concepts, problems in daily life. And that's why studying for IELTS can also help you with subjects in school.
I think everyone has a point here. Like I truly agree with Chon on the fact that we need to build the foundation first before we can like build bigger things. Because for me, I think if the students, they are not good with the basics first and then they study for the IELTS instead of studying English, it's just like you just paint the house before building the foundation for the house. That's what I agree with you. I also agree with him on the fact that there are also exceptional ones that need the IELTS test like model, and also the top scorers in the IELTS, for example, like they're role models for them to follow. I also agree with you on the fact that there are a lot of people who don't really need the IELTS test, and they can just study English and they can still do well in life. But okay, so all in all, I think it depends again, right? It depends. It depends on the learners. If they're young, I think age does not really matter here that much. I think it depends on their English proficiency. If they're good with English and if they're already good with the basics, they can definitely study for the IELTS. But if they're not good with the basic first, then obviously start with baby steps. So I think is a tie here again, right? It's
Depends
a tie
on
again,
the
right?
individual and their goal to study.
Okay.
Thank you, Ming-Ngọc, for joining us and bringing such an intriguing topic today. And I really hope that you will improve your English skills in the future and maybe got a 9.0 in speaking. Okay. And even though we end up with a tie again, but I think that we could still have a great time debating with each other, right? Yeah. And now let's get back to one of the most brand new sections for this season, which is called IELTS Z9NE. And today I will be the one who entered the mysterious room. Goodbye. Welcome to IELTS Z9NE. If you guys have followed me on different social media platforms or have watched season 10 of IELTS Face-Off, I'm really addicted and obsessed with horoscope. So I'm a Libra. Since then, I'm really interested in mysterious things. And this room, this studio, is exactly 100% mysterious. We will have a lot of, intriguing activities here. And since it's called IELTS Z9NE, 9 stands for vững vàng and chín chắn. It's kind of different from our very first name of the show, which is 8 IELTS. 8 is like chit chat and gossiping. We are like aiming for a higher band score, not 8.0 anymore. So I think that 9.0 is like a really high objective for us to aim for and to go for it. And I'm so excited right now. So let's meet our IELTS expert, aka Dr. Julia, for today. Welcome back to the studio. This is my favorite part of all time. And now I'm having here Dr. Julia. Can you introduce yourself a little bit?
It's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited.
How do you feel like the second time in the studio?
Better.
Like
a lot more confidence, less nervous.
A little bit less nervous, right? Yeah. So now let's get back to one of my really interesting part of IELTS Face-Off this season, which is tips, and tips. Okay, so last week we have learned about speaking, right? Yeah. So I would take advantage as a host because the most difficult skill in IELTS and in English in general for me is reading. I don't know why it's so hard. So since I'm privileged as a host, I want to ask you some questions about reading. So I think that every student, including me, find it really difficult because reading all the paragraphs and all the essays are so long, sometimes so lengthy with like big words and advanced grammar structures. So how do you simplify all the things in reading?
I mean, you cannot simplify a test. It's just not possible. A test is a test, right? You get what you get. You get a set of texts and you need to learn to work effectively with those texts so you could respond to the questions and do the tasks. The only thing that you could do is actually practice. You could use a timer to make sure that you time your work and say, you could start by timing your work and see, okay, how long did it take me to do the entire test? And maybe first time that would be like an hour and a half, which is way over time, right? Then you do that again, and maybe next time it's only an hour and 20 minutes. And you will build up the confidence and you'll build up a habit of working with longer texts and more complex texts.
So yeah, I think that in every language, reading is like a challenge sometimes. Even to me, as a literature majored in high school, I still really like struggle reading like a lot of old words. And I think that in English, there are also some words or some, kind of slangs that you might not know. So I really love your tips. Just practice, practice, and practice. Yeah, it makes perfect, right?
It does.
And thank you for your tips. And now it's such an intriguing part. I must say that I'm not really good at drawing. Are you?
No.
But we have to draw this time. Okay. So this is some idioms of the week, but we will learn it in a different way, not just like read on the screen. Are you ready?
Yeah, it's ready.
I'm not ready because I'm so bad at drawing. So now let's start the game. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Okay. Oh, wow.
Huh?
I don't know what to do.
Is that a hard one?
I think it is. Let me see. I'm done. Do you want to have a look?
What is that? Okay, so this is the house. A basic house is a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Like,
what is this? Which part of the house is this?
The roof?
Exactly. What happens here?
What is that?
I told you I don't know how to draw.
Hit the roof?
Excellent!
Oh my, what does that mean?
Become angry.
Become angry. Can you give an example? Like,
I don't know, when your parents find out something that you've done.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. I don't know how to draw this, but I'll try. Oh my god. Before guessing, I want to tell you that firstly, again, I'm not good at drawing, and second thing is that I'm drawing the definition of it, not like the words in it, like you have done.
Okay.
Oh. Can you show it to the audience?
Yeah. Okay, I think I can. So we can see a person here, and the person cannot make a decision.
Yeah.
All right, so there's here and here. So I would say, if I cannot make a decision, so I have to say, I don't know, 2 options. Is there options? I'm on the fence.
Yeah, sit on the fence, right?
Oh yeah, be on the fence. I'm on the fence. Like, I don't know.
That was a challenge for me. Okay, so now let's come to the do's and don'ts part. But I don't really know which skill we will have in this week. So we have to see on the screen. Okay, in the reading test.
Your favorite?
Yeah, my favorite. So you want to take the do's or don'ts?
I'll take do's. I'm a teacher.
Okay, I'll take the don'ts because I have experience having bad score in reading. Okay.
So I'd go with the first one. I think it's kind of technical, but it's really, really helpful. I do recommend my students to read the heading and the subheading of the passage that they're given to get like an overall idea what the text might be about. Because I believe that helps students activate their prior knowledge. So, and whenever you're prepared, you kind of know what to expect, and chances are you'll understand the text better.
And my don't is like, do not waste your time on one question if you don't know the answer. It will really time consuming. Like, try your best answer and then move on to the next question because you know that there are only like 1 hour for you. Yeah, to do all the things. So be quick and concentrate on your reading, but do not just like focusing on just one thing.
Right. I would also recommend to highlight the key words in the question to help you to locate the information in the text. So do underline the key words in the question. Normally, you can find similar words in the text. So maybe not exactly the same words, but synonyms, words that have the same meaning. So once you've underlined, you know, oh, okay, that says this. And you go back to the text.
The next thing is my biggest learning point of all time. Don't forget to check the spelling and grammar, paying close attention to plural forms of nouns and verb forms because it might decrease your overall band score.
Another tip I would like to give is to underline the topic sentence in each paragraph. Topic sentence is the most important sentence in the paragraph. It gives the main idea, like what the paragraph is about. So once you've underlined, you have a kind of like a map of the text.
Don't leave it to the test minute to transfer out your answers to the answer sheet, right? Because you only have like, again, 1 hour. As you will not have any extra time, so if you have done any like part, just put it into the answer sheet. So that's all for today, do's and don'ts. Thank you so much. I've learned so much, and Now, this is the significant and the signature part of the IELTS Face-Off. It's called Voice of the Week. And now, let's see who is this week candidate.
Well, today I would like to tell you about a very special animal in Vietnam, which is the buffalo. I mean, the buffaloes, they are ubiquitous and can be found like virtually everywhere across the nation, especially in the countryside.
And let's welcome Thiên Tú. Hi.
Hi.
How do you feel?
Really excited.
Oh my God. I wish I were you. I really want to participate in this part. But now the stage is yours. And I really hope that you will do good in this part. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hello, Thiên Tú.
Hello.
So I've got some questions here.
Yes.
Shall we play a little bit?
Yes, okay.
So what is your favorite subject at school?
Well, my favorite subject is obviously English because I have studied this subject from a very early age, and somehow I think that language is so magical and is so captivating for me. So yeah, it's my favorite subject.
What do you find most interesting about this subject?
Is probably the grammatical subtleties and the vocabulary. You know, it's not for only English but any other languages. And I think that is also about its communicating power when English is the lingua franca. So you can use it to communicate with many people from around the world.
Thank you. So we watched the video where you recorded your talk, and I prepared a different situation for you. Okay. There is your situation, and you can have a minute to think about what you're going to say. Okay. Can you describe something you do that is environmentally friendly?
Okay, so I am aware of the fact that the world is now facing an unprecedented environmental problem. So in my daily life, I try to incorporate all the environmentally friendly practices into my day-to-day activities. And I'm especially mindful of how I travel every day because, cars and planes, they are the principal, culprits of global warming and climate change. So I reduce my vehicle emissions by sharing carpooling duties with my friends, or to ride my bikes more often, or, to combine several errands in one trip. And I think that these practices are exceptionally easy to do because you don't need any extra expenses. You just simply need to change your driving habits. And they are also very cost efficiency, and you can contribute significantly to natural conservation to prevent using up fossil fuels. So I think it's like a win-win situation for me and for the environment. And there are also other approaches that I use to protect the environment. For example, like I choose to be a green consumer. When I go shopping, I choose products with less packaging, and I bring my own reusable bags to reduce, to minimize the wastage. And I also turn off, the electricity when unnecessary, or all the practices are really simple if you're environmentally conscious. And day by day, I, improve my life so that for the better of the nature and the environment.
Thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, let's talk about how we can make the environment better. So how do you think we will produce energy in the future?
Well, I think that in the future we will utilize more, renewable sources of energy, such as solar energy or hydropower, instead of using up fossil fuels that are limited. So these forms are, increasingly popular nowadays, and scientists and researchers, they are trying their best to make these more affordable for many countries and households.
Thank you.
Such an amazing performance. Thank you, Dr. Julia, and thank you, Tiantu, for your amazing performance.
Thank you.
I thought that you were in like beauty pageants interviewing about environmental issues. And for all our audiences at home, I want to announce you that the winner of the Voice of the Week will have a chance to get a scholarship valued at 50% of the tuition fee for undergraduate program at British University Vietnam. And thank you so much. And now, let's get back to the studio for some interactive games, but in this time, I will be staying here.
Welcome back to the studio, guys. We've changed our setting. Now we're sitting right in the middle of the audience so that we can blend in with them. Okay, so as usual, at the end of each episode this season, we're gonna have a very interesting game with all of our audience members live in the studio. So our game today is...
The game is called Spelling Bee. So here, for example, pretend you're a contestant, alright? I'm gonna give you a word, and when I say it, you're gonna have to repeat it. Okay, say it out loud. If for some reason you don't know the word, or you feel like it sounds familiar, but you're still unsure of the answer, you can ask for a hint, and the hint is gonna be the definition of the word. Alright? Okay. And the word for you is punctual.
Punctual?
Yeah.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Punctual.
That's it, you got it. Yeah. But for some reason, if you didn't know the word, or you were unsure of the word, you can ask for a hint, like, I don't really know what that means. Can you please give me the definition of the word? And I would say, punctual is being on time.
Alright, I believe that Hyum is a great contestant. He actually got 8.5. So I want to test the live audience members here in the studio. And if you guys, if you got the answer right, you'll get an IELTS Face-Off badge. So yeah, we should start right away. Is there anyone volunteering? Can you raise your hand? Okay. Okay. This is your mic. So are you clear with the rules?
Yes, of course.
So from 1 to 4, what is your favorite number?
I love 4, so I choose 1.
Okay, right, 1. Okay, 1, happy.
HAPPY.
Oh, it's too easy for you.
Is that even a question?
Please give him the badge. Okay, thank you. Anyone else volunteering? Anyone else? Okay, right next to him.
I choose number 3.
Number 3. Number 3. Serendipity.
Oh my god.
First of all, you have to say the word and then you have to spell it.
Can you speak again?
Can I say it again?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, serendipity.
Serendipity.
Do you want a hint?
Yes.
Do you know what serendipity is? Can you explain it to our
It's actually a term in Catholic, I think.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Does anyone in the audience know?
My answer is SERENDIPITY.
Congratulations. Okay, the next one. Anyone volunteering? Okay, I see a hand here. Please give her the mic.
2, 3, 4, 2.
2. Number 2, bicycle.
Okay, bicycle is BICYCLE.
Exactly.
She got it.
Okay. Please give her the badge. Okay.
Badge for you.
The last question in the game.
Number 4.
Okay, so you only have number 4.
Yeah, I have no choice, right?
You have no choice. Number 4 is, I don't even know how to say this. Fluoxetinosin nihilipilification.
Synopsin, nosin, nihilipilification.
That's
Okay,
right.
can you repeat it? Just say it slowly. Just say it slowly for him.
Okay, I'm gonna say it slowly. Floxinosi nihilipilification.
Floxinosi nihilipilification.
That's almost
Is that right?
correct. Almost. Can
You're
you spell
halfway there,
it?
You're halfway there.
Can you spell it?
Try to spell it out.
I have no idea about it.
Do you know the answer? Can you spell it?
all right, let me try. It's spelled FLORCYNIUNIHILIPILI. I don't know. It's too long.
Like you're almost there. You're almost there. You're close.
Yeah?
Like 80%.
Okay.
Alright, thank you our audience for taking part in the game and also for coming here to see the live production of the show. Thank you all so much. And I think this is the end of this episode. We can't wait to see you all again in the next episode. Bye!